Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some Cardano right now because there's two sides of the argument that I want to make right now in this video. And there's the bullish case and the bearish case. All right, so let's break it all down. For those of you that are new here, hit that like button. Please subscribe down below and let's talk some crypto. All right, so as we get into this, please remember that none of this is financial advice. Always be sure to do your own research and due diligence. We will pull up the crypto bubbles as you see. Another kind of red day across the board. Some other cryptos are doing well. We've seen a lot of moves from privacy cryptos as well as some of the AI ones out there in the market. But right now, as we look at Cardano, I do want to pull up the chart for them as they are still 10th in market cap. I don't think they're going to drop out of the top 10, but still trading at 52.90. This is where we've seen a drop almost 3% on the day. It's been a bad week and month for pretty much all of crypto, but not just Cardano. And I'm at a crypto conference right now currently down in Miami area. And for all things considered, some of the pace and from what you've gathered from what my perception is of other people out there trading crypto, no one's panicking. No one's really worried about kind of the overall state. 100,000 for Bitcoin is kind of that psychological threshold as you see it now, 102, bouncing off of that very nicely. But still, we are seeing a lot of bleeding of all the alts and Ethereum meme coins, and Cardano definitely fits into that mold, okay? So, for all things considered and not financial advice, never tell you guys to buy or sell crypto, but a pretty strong dip here across the board is now you can see Cardano around 50 cents, okay? And I understand kind of the prospectus and how this all works for Cardano. We've been here, we've done this before. We're in that trading zone. We're around 40 to 60 cents. It's just all pretty much a consolidation effort within that zone. And it's been that way for years, okay? Yes, we did just a few months ago hit over $1. I'm aware of that, and that's kind of why you could make the bullish case for Cardano if we are going to see a 100% gain from where we're at right here, right now. It's not that far out of the realm of possibility, okay? Like I said, it's not financial advice, just kind of my take here on the market, but I do want to make the buy case and the sell case for Cardano, as right now, a lot of people are looking at if the crash is over. All right, so what is this key buy signal that just has been triggered? Okay, so the TD sequential indicator possibly flagging a potential shift. This is where if you look at the 3-day chart, okay, defined and identified by a red 9 candle, which often appears at the end of a downtrend. Okay, this is being shared by Ollie Martinez on Ollie Charts. Could this be the reversal for Cardano? All right, leave a comment down below if you agree with that. But as Cardano has faced a lot of selling pressure for most of October, they're trying to hold that support near 57. I know we are below that right now, but if in effort to see a clear breakout, we need to see the volume pick up, okay? And this is kind of how I trade crypto personally. Whenever I do, longs or shorts, or I'm trading on leverage, I always do often turn to the volume, okay? If we are exhaustive, if we see that volume kind of pull from out from under us, that does set up for a pretty clear chart pattern where there's going to be more selling. If the volume's down and the charts are having bearish momentum, you obviously do have more of a case to be made for the sell-off that could potentially continue, okay? But eyeing that 50 cents level, this is the other argument to be made coming out from Crypto Pulse, saying that ADA has now moved into a known demand zone, and we've found support there before in the past. And he's saying that as long as Cardano stays above 50 cents, there's a good chance that we see a retest of the 70 to 80 cents region, okay? So it's almost a short-term level. If we do hold, there could be a recovery in the works. However, if not, the recent trend may continue to go even lower, okay? So that's kind of where we're at from that standpoint. And also, as we do hit that key support, the rare pattern also is pointing to a 50% dive as well, okay? So this will be more of the bear argument to be made, but Cardano, after rising, 52, 54 cents after hitting that low point at around 50.35, still remains about 50% below its high level in August, and that's something where we saw that recovery happen when everybody was being cautious, kind of, I guess you would say, just easing their way into any kind of bullishness. It was very tough to trade back then. Now it's a trader's paradise, in my personal opinion. But Cardano right now, I think that as we continue within the night allocations and the glacier drops, There's a lot of reasons to be bullish. However, I do think that as we've seen the stalled ecosystem growth, this is where we look at the total value locked, dropping almost 32% in the last 30 days, down to 247 million, due to a limited stablecoin supply also playing a role. But I think that if you look into Hoskinson and his outwardly comments for Cardano, okay, saying that Midnight will be a Cardano asset, and a lot of the ecosystem assets will be counted as part of it, this is something that could obviously boost their ecosystem on that standpoint as well, okay? But forming an inverse cup and handle pattern, this is what we have to look at, because if we talk about this time frame, looking at that bottom at around 50 cents this week, that's a critical level. And if we do have that risk for more downside, which is very, very prominent right now, as we have formed a death cross along the 50-day moving average, as we did drop below the 200. So seeing that crossover is a obvious bearish case to be made for Cardano to see more pain. But I think that right now with this inverse cup and handle pattern, the lower side being at 50 and the upper being at $1, this is a lot of variance, okay? So this is the same distance from what we've seen, where you could see the potential for a low point Cardano hitting 24 cents. So that's kind of the technical analysis of Cardano, and I'm going to play this into my take as well, okay? This is where we look at the conversation to be had. I think that personally, what I'm doing, Cardano's always been a buy and hold conversation, all right? If we do get more bearish sentiment, this is where I'm looking to add Cardano. If we do drop to 24, I'll be so happy you have no idea, because this is a lot of reasons why. Hit $1.30. This could be one of the easiest 3-4 X's to be made in the crypto market. I'm not buying and holding Cardano to flip it in a month or a year. This has always been a 2029, 2030 mindset for me personally. And if we do get some more low prices, some discounts on Cardano, that's one that I think is relevant to be talked about. However, I do think that that 52 cents that we're at right now is a very key point, because that is the support that we are looking at. If we are going to see a reversal, we're going to have something happen quick. And unfortunately, it's nothing that Cardano is doing intrinsically. This is all based upon the overall macro, the overall sentiment with the entire crypto ecosystem, not just ADA. Okay, so essentially what that means for what I'm doing, I'm waiting it out. Okay, I'm not panicking. I'm not running for the hills. I'm not selling my Cardano. If we do drop even lower, I'm going to be adding some DCA, kind of increasing my basis to a point where, quite frankly, we're sitting in a good spot if we can buy Cardano once again at 24 cents, okay? But that's just where I'm at. That's what I'm doing personally. Not financial advice. I'll never tell you guys to buy or sell crypto, but we're just kind of in that wait and see approach, okay? Are we going to break out from here? Are we going to dive lower? Time will tell. Nobody has that crystal ball, so all we can do is just stay vigilant with what's going on with the news. I'll share with you guys these chart patterns, technical analysis, and my take as well. But I want to thank you guys for all watching this video. If you haven't done so by now, hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.